Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have such a firm foundation on success, why other people's lives seem maybe chaotic or not so well put together? Well, the thing is people that have a foundation for success, they've automated big things and little things in their levels of consciousness. So by the end of this audio, you're going to know what those levels of consciousness are and how you can build that foundation so success seems easy. My name is Alex Morgan, and I help you align your actions, your beliefs, your dreams in your thinking so that you can achieve success. And success is here, and you might as well be ready for it. One of the easiest ways to be ready for it is to build a foundation for success. So what exactly am I talking about here? Well, there's different levels of consciousness that people evolve through into. However, even when they go to different levels, they keep the other levels in their neurology. So it still takes up some space, let's say, in their thinking. It's like if you were to look at a cup and there'd be different colors of water in that cup making up of the different levels. So maybe at one point in your life, you have a much bigger level of one color, and then some of the other levels, they're smaller amounts of that color. So this is how you want to think of it. And when you're thinking about this, there's no one level of consciousness that is necessarily good or better or worse or the same as the others. It's all about mastering your thinking and how you use that thinking to not only help yourself, help other people around you. So when I'm working with clients and I can see that they have certain problems that they're talking about through their language in different areas of their life, I can then use these levels of consciousness on how to guide them through each of them, or what words to say to them so that they can actually get the most results. So the first level of consciousness, it's kind of all about survival. It's like when you're a baby, you're surviving, people are getting things for you. However, what's something that you're doing when you're a baby? You don't necessarily ask for things. Since you're surviving, you go out there and you kind of get them. If you want milk, you just did it. You didn't have any limitations. You didn't think anything like that. So it's very survival based. Usually, once people go from being a child to something else, they rarely have much of this level in their consciousness. So this foundation is kind of laid down naturally once they kind of grow up. So you're always going to have a bit of this thinking because we have survival built, hardwired into our neurology, into our biological hardware. So the second level, it's all about family, groups, things like this. So maybe there's a leader of the family. Maybe there's kind of a hierarchy. And it's also about spiritual things. However, spiritual things that you can't necessarily see compared to other types of spiritual things or more science-based things like quantum physics. So it's really important for people to lay the foundation here of how to get along with hierarchies of groups, especially in family. So recently I was doing a training with someone and they were talking about how when they were growing up, it didn't seem like there was such a hierarchy in their family. However, when they met their wife, he noticed that his wife's family was very much ingrained into this second level. It's like there was a chief, there was a hierarchy. They communicated like this. They had respect for each other like this. So if you're working with someone or you notice people around you who don't have their relationships, not necessarily in a certain hierarchy, however, they don't understand the dynamics and relationships and how to really interact with others, that's going to make so many other things much more difficult, much more chaotic. So when you see this person, it's going to seem like their life is more chaotic than someone who has these things not figured out, automated. So once survival is automated, then you want to have this hierarchy of relationships automated. Because if those two things are automated, how much more easy do you think it is to have a stable career, to build other relationships, to become an entrepreneur, to truly change your inner and outer reality? So you got to have this foundation. You have to have it really, really solid because it makes it so much easier. So if I'm working with someone and I notice that their family life, the things that they're telling me this. I'm not necessarily bringing this up to them. I'm asking them questions and they're telling me that their family, it's not in a good place. They don't have a really good relationship with their spouse or their kids. Then I need to speak to them like this, because then I can show them, look, if you automate this part of your life and you really learn how to have a great relationship with your spouse and your kids and your parents, your brothers, your sisters, your friends, your colleagues, whoever it is, you're going to actually have much more success, because not only are these people going to be supporting you, you're going to support them, you're going to feel good. So when you're going after success and you're feeling good, it's going to be easier for you, right? I think so too. So the third consciousness level, this is where people really start to get their aggression out a bit. This is where it's almost like kill or be killed. They are the ones looking for success, and they're going to take out anyone in their way. So people, the problem with this, the reason that this is hard for some people to automate is that this level means that there's win-lose. It's not really win-win thinking. So this person's thinking, I'm going to get the sale. This person's not. My company's going to do well. That other person, I'm going to kill the competition. So they're looking at it from this way. And eventually they want to become so independent that they realize there's got to be something more. They kind of killed the competition. They made some money. However, there's no organized part of their life, really. They're just kind of going day by day trying to get things done. So that's when they notice the fourth level, where there's different systems and processes. You're part of a group. You're following different systems, processes. You're following maybe a book or a company. So a lot of people who are in different religions, organizations, who work for corporate America, let's say, they're in this level. You're following the boss, the law of the land, the letter, whatever it is. Now, the good thing is these people, they have stability. They may have some level of security. However, they may feel like they don't want to take different chances. You're telling this person more. They're thinking, oh, I followed all the steps. If I'm coaching someone and they're more in this fourth level, they're thinking, okay, tell me what to do. I'll tell them, okay, take these steps, these steps, these steps. And they're like, okay, I took the steps. Now what do I do? And they haven't necessarily got what they wanted, because their thinking hasn't necessarily opened up to thinking win-win. They're doing things just to follow the process, follow the system, to keep those relationships stable. And this is where they get to the fifth level, because they think there's got to be something else for me. I'm really good at marketing and I'm bringing all this money in for my company marketing. Why can't I maybe do this on my own? And that's where they get into this fifth level, where there's win-win. And they start to think that they can help other people and those other people can help them. So there's also going to be plenty of collaboration here. And this is where people really start to go after the shiny objects. They start to go after the private jets, the yachts, the fancy cars, the big mansions, the tech gadgets, all that stuff here, where people really try to make and increase their income. And eventually they think, I made so much money, I did all these things. However, what am I a part of? What am I going to do with all of this? And that gets them to number 6, where they start to go after different causes and groups. They may get into really spiritual stuff. They may not even think to make money anymore here. It's almost like a person made so much money, however, their relationships maybe were ruined because of the money. And now they come here and think, I don't even want to make any money. I just want to live simple, go after causes that I like. And then once they figure maybe I need to get some money again, they go to Number 7, who has a more world view, who doesn't really care about money, even though they're going to make plenty of it. They don't really care what other people think, and they do their own thing. However, they think in terms of more of the planet as a whole instead of their own group or their own business. They have this worldly view of things. There's very few people that are actually right here that can really not care what anyone thinks and get to that level. However, if you get to that level, think about it. What's been automated? Your survival, your relationships, your ability to make lots of money and collaborate, to be safe, feel secure, and also go after the causes that you want. Once all that's automated, you're going to have so much success internally and externally that you really get to start to think about, what are some problems that I can solve for the world? How can I make this a better place? So definitely share this with someone who you think will benefit. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the audio and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everyone who's been subscribing lately. Go ahead and comment below. What different levels of consciousness do you resonate with? And like I said, you're going to have parts of all of these possibly where your thinking goes. So let me know what you think. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video or the next audio.